All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watched this video and you found it helpful and informative, and that you appreciate the time and effort that I put in to making these videos and content. I appreciate it very much. And stay tuned towards the end of the video, because I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that we've been talking about over at the Patreon. It's been pounded down by Hindenburg Research, and I believe it's going to be a temporary pullback, and there's going to be such a nice run that that stock could 2x or more. So stay tuned for all the information. It's not going to happen overnight to 2x, but opportunities is what we look for, and we're hawks ready to strike. So stay tuned for all that information towards the end of the video. So here we are. ZOM stock, Zomedica Corp, had been in a bearish run since this point here in March 16th. It hit a high and started to fall. Now it fell down to a low here of 146. That's our new support that we want to keep in mind big time, right? I've talked about 140. I've talked about 133. As long as we stay above these points, you know, the reason why I talk about this stuff is so that we can stay focused, right? That's the whole point. We want to be focused investors. We don't want to get caught up in the fear that has driven this downward trend. Like, if the fundamentals change, if Zomedica was to, for some reason in the next earnings, not show anything good, then maybe I would see that as a red flag, right? Whenever next earnings is, it could be a month or two from now when the next earnings reports are set to set out and stuff. Let's see here. It says in May 18th, based off of here what we got. I mean, it could be a little bit different, it could be a little bit off, but I'm not here to say the accurate date. I'm just here to give you guys a perspective. If earnings is terrible, then that's going to give us some insight that true forma isn't really a big deal like everyone was making it, right? Or like we thought it was going to be, and like the articles are saying, right? Because what we do here is we go based off the articles and what everything is said. And I've even told you guys, this is a speculative play. Articles are showing that. Articles have said there's an opportunity to catch the dip and run up with the true forma launch. And then after the true forma, it's not like this stock is dead and that it's just going to be completely destroyed. There's probably some potential within the earnings reports if they come through. If they come through. I want to emphasize that. But as long as we stayed above these numbers, I've told you guys, 140, 133, we can't really see any red flags. This is normal bearish run due to the fact that the whole entire market was in a bearish run, okay? It's not an individual stock. I've said that before because I've had some people comment down below one time like, oh, Zomedica's falling. Like, what do we do now? Well, I told them, look at your portfolio or look at your watch list. Are they falling as well? Then that lets you know it's not just Zomedica. And I'm not here to like defend or hype Zomedica. This is a penny stock, guys. I don't like penny stocks personally. Now, I try to stay away from them as much as possible, but some of them are enticing enough to attract me to them and give it a shot. And Zomedica, I believe, has potential, but I'm not saying that just because I say that it does. And like I said, I'm not here to hype penny stocks. I do not like penny stocks. If you follow me on Patreon, I do not talk about penny stocks. I talk about stocks that are proven to be winners or have a higher chance of being a winner, right? There's no such thing as no risk, right? I want to write this out so you guys can see it. There's no chance of no risk. If anything, there's nothing but risk. Take out no, and this is like the biggest wording right here that you're going to have. Risk. You are always going to have risk in the market. But the stocks that I look for are opportunities that are usually temporary or sometimes consolidating or going down without really considering the fundamental potential of the company, and we're looking for opportunities to maximize profits and minimize losses. That's what I do over at the Patreon, and that's what I do every single day with these videos to guide you guys. So when I told you guys 133, watch it carefully, 140, and then we also read on one of the articles that 153, based off the article, was going to be one of the supports. Well, yesterday's support to today was 152. We went a little bit lower to 146, and from there on out, it bounced back. Now, let's see if it retests it or it actually stays away from it and continues this momentum, right? So those are the things I'm here to tell you guys. I know a lot of people get a little frustrated because when you look at this chart, you're just like, well, what happened? Like, True Forma was supposed to be a bigger deal, this and that. Well, a lot of investors forget that, you know, this stock came from way down here, okay? 7 cents, 20 cents, 43 cents. If you came in here or here, I'm not saying you're late, but I'm just letting you guys know that your piece of the pie won't be as big as anyone that has gone in here. I look forward to seeing the comments down below of anyone that's gone in around November, December, and January. And I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts. Are you guys holding? Have you guys gotten scared? Okay, I want some true emotions here. Even though you've been in this low, have you gotten scared on this dip? Have you gotten scared on this dip? And has it made you shave off some of your position? Or are you still holding because you're long? I just want to go ahead and ask different investors that I know you guys watch my videos and you guys appreciate my content. And I just want to have some dialogue down below to see what your guys' thoughts are, especially those of you that are in below $1. Like, you guys have so much room to make a decision and leave profitable or lose some of those unrealized gains if you haven't sold at all and you've been holding. Or are you really looking at the bigger picture here and you believe that this one's going higher? So I look forward to seeing everyone's share count down below, the comments of those of you that have been in down here below $1, how you guys feel, what were the emotional rides through all this volatility, and do you see it going that way? And if you do, put a little rocket ship right next to your comment, because that lets us know how many people are bullish. I want to see the bulls come out. And if you have a bear case for this one, you're more than welcome to come along and talk in the comment section as well. I appreciate everyone's perspective, but I do want to see everyone's perspective on this one on both ends. But yeah, it ran back up. As long as we don't break through 140, 133, I think there's some strength here, because you got to think about the bigger picture. That's why I keep zooming out, and I want you guys to see this. You got to think about these points here, because this is where it came from. It didn't start here. It started here. So if we don't end up back below $1 or anywhere near those numbers, there's some strength in the stock. And when you think about the long term, if this True Forma really is what it's said to be, right? I'm not going ahead and saying it is going to be a big deal. It could probably be a big old, you know, just hype and speculation, and then we don't see it in the numbers, and then Zomedica is really going to have to prove itself. And if it doesn't, it's going to show all the shareholders and every single investor, this is it, or do I hold through the storm, right? Unless you really believe in it to that extent. That's a more personal type of approach. But I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten you guys. So let's go ahead and look at what to look for tomorrow. So ZOM stock broke through resistance, reached newer highs, and it's sitting a little bit close to tug of war zone and close to the 50-day moving average, but in bullish territory, right? So the 50-day moving average is 172. We're at 181. We're above it. Anything above it is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. Our support level is 170. So if the bulls lose control here of this momentum and the bears appear and they break through the 50-day moving average and they break through support, we're now in bearish territory. The next support level, which is an informal one, but I would use it to dissect the chart, is right here at 161 to see how it's reacting between 170 and 161. If the bulls can reappear and get back out and build momentum off of that, or are the bears truly tearing this one down? Now our resistance level, which is the highest point reached, and there was a quick rejection and momentum after it, is right here, and it still hasn't been reached, and that's 185. And that aligns with the resistance level I've talked about before, that the bulls needed a breakthrough once they crossed the 50-day moving average. They need a breakthrough that to reach newer highs, and that's the highest point before this big collapse here. So 185, big deal, and you could see that there was a rejection quickly there at that point. So this needs to be broken through and turn to support. The bulls need to break through this, turn it into a support to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average in the upward direction. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to have this one on your watch list. Institutional ownership keeps going up, the stock keeps going down. They know something we don't, and that's why we're going to dive into it and talk all about the infrastructure of the company and the potential. So stay tuned. All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. It lets me know that you appreciate my time and efforts that I put into making these videos and all the research as well. So that's the least you could do, and I really appreciate it when you guys smash that like button and share it with a friend so that they can receive this insight as well. Now, let's go ahead and jump into it. You can see here on the screen, I have lordstown.com, Lordstown Motors. I definitely recommend checking out their website so you can see everything that they have to offer, how they manufacture these trucks. And I know they're going through some things right now, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So they're here telling you their mission and goal. And I love this breakdown here, how they're basically, breaking it down that you can save a total of $19,000 compared to the F-150 Lariat, right? Four-wheel drive, and then the Endurance, Lordstown Motors. I mean, it's very interesting and aggressive here what they're doing and how they're comparing the cost going EV and staying, traditional. But I think this is going to flow into commercialized trucks or work trucks and even personal trucks over time, especially when people realize that these have more power and they last well and they prove themselves. I mean, this truck is pretty interesting. Now, they're having issues with those pre-orders and stuff, but let's focus in on the data, right? We love opportunities when they present themselves. So the first thing is, I've been talking about this one since March 14th, right? You can see that here, March 14th. I went ahead and mentioned this one. It was about almost a week and a half ago. Yeah, we're almost going into a whole entire 2 weeks almost. So a week and a half ago, I mentioned this. There's two others here on the list that I mentioned. Obviously, I'm blocking it out because it's only fair. This is for the Patreons. But I do mention the stocks talked on the Patreon at some point here on the YouTube, especially when I see some consolidation or a pullback or confirmation, right? So here we are with RIDE, right? Lordstown Motors, ticker symbol. And this one is an EV play that has been pulled down by the Hindenburg Research and opening an investigation as to faking their pre-orders, which that's going to be left in the past, okay? If they can get over this hurdle, or you know what, let's just say it does hurt them. That's just pre-orders. Like, okay, their numbers are not that well right now. Well, those numbers are going to become a reality at some point, even if they're through pre-orders or, at point of sale. But I think that there's room here. There's still room. Now, I said if Lordstown Motors can prove what Hindenburg is on their case for, this pullback will be left in the past and RIDE will ride back up, which is what I truly believe. And if it's not left in the past right now because the case can't, be completely proved or whatever, it's still going to be left in the past at some point. It is an oversold area, right? Based off of the chart, certainly in position to have a reversal if it can get Hindenburg off its tail. That's a reversal soon. But if it takes longer, the reversal will come. I believe it. This company has a product and has a mission, has a goal, and the pre-order numbers, I get it. It could be misconstrued or misinterpreted, but everyone goes based off of pre-orders, like every single other EV. I'm not sure why they're attacking Lordstown. Now, I also talked that week about the two key dates of the 16th and 17th, how the Federal Reserve was going to be meeting that week, and it may shock the market, and the market hears the Federal Reserve talk about inflation, which we certainly saw that shock, and then we started, working our way back up or kind of getting through it, and then here we are pulling back. And if you really go back to where we were on the 16th on the S&P 500 index, you could see here how there was that shock after the 17th, right? We saw it on the 16th, we saw it on the 17th, and those were the two biggest days that we had pullback. So not only are you going to know about ticker symbols over at the Patreon, you will be informed on how to be prepared, okay? And be aware of other things that sometimes I don't have time to cover here directly on the YouTube because everyone wants to know about only the ticker symbol that they're looking for, They want me to get to the point, and they don't care about everything else that I have to say. So if you truly believe in my strategy and you believe in the way I look at things and look at charts, you can join us over at Patreon. I'm there to equip you guys. That's the whole point of these videos. It's to equip every single investor and viewer. And there we go. We saw that shock and we got hit. Now, I mentioned it over at the Patreon so that my Patreon members were not surprised, okay? So if you want to know more than just ticker symbols, you want to be, aware of what's going on in the stock market to the best of my knowledge. I'm not saying I can catch everything, but to the best of my knowledge, I will always be there to let you guys be aware. So here we are with RIDE, Lordstown Motors Corp, and it hit a low here of 1061. I mean, the closer to 10, the better. It's running back up today. Obviously, the market overall has been pushing up. If we continue in this downward trend that we're seeing here, I mean, I think that stocks could pull back a little bit more. I'm not sure if this is the bottom, the new bottom that we're going to see, or if we have a little bit more room downwards. But I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that this is in the oversold area for quite some time now. It might have broken out of it a little bit, but it's still down there, right? From these highs of $31, it's still down there. Now, a lot of different institutional investors and analysis ratings are actually being bumped up or finally initiated. Now, the other thing that I find interesting is this right here. And this is what I love. To see while others are fearful or there's a scandal going on, to see if it's really an opportunity or something to run from. If institutional investors are loading up on the way down, then it's an opportunity. Because that lets you know that this is something that will be left in the past. Like I said over at the Patreon, this one ride will ride itself back up. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions. But I am here to enlighten you guys on opportunities. We're ready like hawks, watching to strike for the opportunity. And this is one of those, to strike for the opportunity. Because look at this. These are all new positions. When you read it right here, green rows indicate new positions. Tell me, how many new positions do you see? I mean, I see a lot, but how many do you see? Because I see way too many. And they all started in February. All of them here. And then January. But most of them, February. Look at Vanguard right there with 8.2 million. I mean, they were bold. And then we got so many others here loading up. You just go up and they're all loading up. And recently, right now in March, from the 1st till now, we have Vanguard loading up, Fidelity, going ahead and loading up. We got Norges Bank here with 1 million. I mean, come on. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what else. Because in the month of March is where Lordstown Motors has gotten hit the hardest. I mean, it just started to fall even harder. And in the month of February, from the 11th, it's been falling. So think about this here. Let's go back to the 16th. Look how many new positions happened on the 16th of February, the 17th of February, 18th, right? And then we go back here, the 16th of February was like around this point right here. They were catching it in the first oversold indication. And then it ran up. And then it fell even harder. And then it ran back up. And it fell even harder. And then since then, a lot of investors, of institutional investors, loading up. Now, I'm not saying you're going to see this go from 12 to 31 again in a matter of a month or 2 or even 3 or maybe even 6 months. You're going to see it over time. That's what you want to position yourself for. And that's how you become an investor that maximizes profits and minimizes losses. You can't be expecting instant gratification. That's not how the stock market works. Whatever we experience in 2020 is not what we're going to experience every moment moving forward. Could we go through another bull run like that? Possibly. But there's always going to be moments of confusion, of pullbacks and stuff that are not going to be completely understood, because 2020, any little pullback got hit with a nice run up again. But any pullback we go through now, it's not just going to run up like we saw in 2020, right? So I definitely want every single investor and viewer to be aware of that. Here in Invest for Tomorrow, I like to focus on maximizing profits, minimizing losses. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am here to enlighten you guys on opportunities, and we invest for tomorrow. No pun intended. And that's the goal. You just want to invest for the future. And when you're investing in the EV sector, you're investing in the future. They haven't even hit numbers. You got to think about it this way. How many EVs do you see parked outside where you live? Or how many EVs are in your family? Or how many EVs are in your friends and relatives or anyone you know? That's where you start thinking and noticing you're investing in something that is just getting started. Think about that. Think about that. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.